So it's a real honor to be here with you today. And I know that I have to talk about the future, but to talk about the future, I don't know if you can give me my clicker. Okay, thank you. Okay. So talking about the future, I know that I have to do some look back, and I need to connect some dots, because I want to share with you some of the experience and some of the people that actually create who am I today. And so I want to connect the dots from the past. And I want to look back starting from 2003. So in 2003, I was with my husband at the European School of Economics studying. We were not married and we didn't have any kids around. And we started our first company. So our first company was a tech company. And actually, thanks to this company, we started thinking about how we could create a world where what we do is actually such as important as how we feel, and trying to create projects where when we collect people and we work on emotion, we can really do great things together. So we had the chance to travel a lot and to work for such a big project like the Olympic Games, as you see. And actually, traveling, that I really consider an amazing opportunity that makes you richer every time. We had the chance to be in New York for quite a bit of time. And we were talking one day with a VC based in New York. And talking with him, we were trying to pitch for it, an idea, looking for funding. And it was still a tech company. And this guy told us, hey, you are Italian. Why are you coming here selling technology? You should talk about food. And so at the beginning, we thought that was quite a provocation, or we thought that was a joke. But actually, this transaction happens almost naturally. And when we came back to Bologna, I don't know if you know Bologna, but Bologna is quite a tiny city in the north of Italy where food is a serious thing. So people say that Bologna is one of the cities of food. There were no sushi. And when we were living in New York, we were eating sushi almost every day. So sushi at that time in 2005 was quite pretty popular and trendy, was healthy. And we knew that was quite a very new stuff for our city, but we thought that could be a good idea to open up a little sushi restaurant. And so we decided to open a little tiny sushi restaurant in our city. But actually, this business in 5 years became a pretty big chain, the biggest food chain, the biggest sushi chain in Italy. And we turned it from 1 to 35 shops. It was great. But actually, at that time, we had to choose what to do, and we need to scale up. And so we did one of the biggest mistakes of our entrepreneurial experience, because actually we chose the wrong partner. And after a few months, we decided to step back from this business because we understood that there were no passion, no love, and everything was just driven by economic gain. But actually, from 2005, we had the chance to start other business in food. And we started working in burger and champagne and organic pizza and street food, canteen, and several other stuff. And working in food, we had really the great opportunity to try to start understanding how big is the impact of young entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs in food overall. Because every time we do some choices, those choices have a strong impact on the life of our customer and on our environment. So if we take, for example, burgers, every time we have to study a new burger or open a new shop, we have to look for suppliers because we want that our beef is local sourced, grass-fed, we want it organic. And making this choice, basically, we are doing a direct impact on our customer because basically is eating a healthier product. But actually, we are doing a small impact also in the environment because he's working in the proper way. And also we are doing quite, I think, a big impact in our small community because basically thanks to us and to the raising of the consumption of his product, he can hire more people and so he's bringing some wealth in his small community. So actually, when we speak about food, we always think that food is really, really a very powerful sector because it's the most interdisciplinary one. It's the first expression of cultures. and actually is a global language. But now I want to do a step forward and not talk anymore about food for a while. I want to share with you another event that basically was really making impacts on my personal life. And this happened in 2013. So in 2013, I had the chance to join for the first time the Young Entrepreneurs Alliance Summit, the G20 Summit in Moscow. Here you can see some pictures. And basically, those summits give us the opportunity to share experience with other entrepreneurs from all over the world. And during those summits that generally take place in the country where the big leaders and the prime ministers have their G20 summit, we spent 3 days working on 4 main actions that are youth employment, economic growth, sustainable development, and innovation. And actually attending those summits, that is a little bit like the Olympics as feeling, I really felt that young entrepreneurs have a strong power. You know, entrepreneurs are dreamers, they are doers, they make things happen. Sometimes they don't talk a lot, but they do things. And so, actually, also considering numbers, in the last 5 years, from when this community started, this movement started, we know that have been created more than 10 million jobs thanks to the Young Entrepreneurs Alliance and thanks to this movement. And so flying back home from Moscow, I started thinking on what we could do to be more effective in our community, because basically we had the chance to do stuff involving young people around our city. And so collecting the 2 pillars, those 2 pillars that were pretty important for our lives, so food and entrepreneurship, I came to my husband saying, hey, we need to build a project, to start a project that can help us to combine those 2 things and can help us to share experiences and to inspire a new generation of young entrepreneurs in the food sector. And we started actually the Future Food Institute. So today the Future Food Institute is a reality and is a non-profit project that, thanks to our trustees, our global ambassadors, to the amazing partners that are following us. We have knowledge partners from all over the world, from Google Food to all amazing professors that are joining our projects. We are really doing activities that are involving a new wave of brightest mind from all over the world. And we are mainly working in 3 areas: in research, in cross-pollination, and in education. So talking about research, I don't know if you know that, but in Italy this year we had a huge opportunity. So in Italy is running for a few days the World Expo in Milan. And the big topic of the World Expo during these 6 months is feeding the planet, energy for life. But nobody thought at the beginning how it could be important to track all the content created by all the countries that are exhibiting at the World Expo. Nobody is tracking all the research and all the convention and conferences and events that basically are running during this 6 months in Italy. So we involved a group of students and contributors that now are contributing in this crowdsourced platform that is called Wiki Expo, that basically from the end of the World Expo will allow the people to get access to this research and to this content. And this seems something really small, but actually if we need to work and to talk about the future, we thought that without knowledge, data, and experience, we could do nothing. So we need to start from that point. Then the second point is cross-pollination. I know that Team West just talked before me, and basically talking about Team West, I can say that it was the starter, it was the mother dough of everything. Because basically he invited me to join the first hackathon he did in San Francisco. And thanks to this hackathon, I started thinking about how powerful are hackathons to educate, to inspire, and to create connections. And so thanks to him, during one of those hackathons, and I want to show you a picture of that. So inside one of those hackathons, I met Institute for the Future. and Rebecca Chesney and Miriam, that basically are now one of our main important partner inside the Future Food Institute. So together with them, we decided to work on the maps of the seed of disruption inside the food chain, and we decided to start a common project called the Food Innovation Program. That is an educational program, so basically it's the third part of our action inside the Future Food Institute. And inside the Future Food Institute, together with the students that basically we involved in this project, now we are experiencing this new prototype of experience of the Food Innovation Program. And inside that, we are working, trying to do design thinking, prototyping, and then disruptive innovation. And from the beginning, those 20 students developed already one startup that have been funded, and then hundreds of ideas and projects. So how we selected those students? So we involved 20 students coming from all over the world, and thanks to our partners that are amazing and goes from big corps that are trying to make change and to do something good, to small startups, to young entrepreneurs, makers from the food movement and from the makers movement in Italy, but also policy makers, also the local communities. We are really creating a common project. So basically, we are pretty proud of this experience of the Food Innovation Program that now allowed us to put together innovation and entrepreneurship. Because basically the aim of all of that is to try to create a way to, for those guys to be the next generation of change makers and the next generation that will bring positive impacts in our world. So actually we now, obviously, as you can imagine, are involved in a very inspiring ecosystem. So every day we work with our team in the, let's say, profit part, as well as in the profit part, trying to develop ideas, to share experience, and to create new opportunities of co-creation. And so what I want to say to you, but also something that I say every day to all the friends, the guys, the fellows that are sharing with us with this amazing experience, is that I wish you all to have dreams. That is the first big important thing. And I hope and I encourage everyone to be open and get inspired and share experiences and emotions. And basically, I wish and I hope to everybody to find a partner who loves you and who want to share the dream with you and want to build the dream with you. Thank you.